Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to Jewel School Live. I almost said Jewel. Well, no, it is. It's Jewel Loom School. Where did I just like cross over to JTV? You know why? We were talking about Tennessee, right? So there, that's why that's on my mind. Joan and I were talking about Tennessee. So there you go. I love Jewel School. So there's that too. I love me some Susan. Oh, and whose birthday was it just the other day? Gosh darn. Oh, that's sweet. Is it Katie? Was it okay? It was Katie. Yeah. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet Katie from Jewel School. Happy birthday to you. Woo! I hope it was her birthday. I'm pretty sure it was. Joan's like, yeah, you're not crazy. It was her birthday. So yay. Okay, so I'm just seeing. Hey, listen, I did add my name to the Jewel Loom YouTube channel. And so I just looked over and it says Jewel Loom Juliana. So I just kind of wanted to make sure that my personal brand, being me, is showing up on the channel. And so, hey Brenda, hey Hermie, hey Maria. Maria was in line, of course. Such a good student. Ready, pounding on the door. Let me in, let me in. Cynthia is in the house. So much fun to see everybody. I feel like this last week went by really, really quick. What do you think? I mean, it's like boom, bada bing, and we're all here for Jewel Loom School Live. And so, yeah, fun last week. I really just wanted to do something kind of, I've been working a lot, people. Let me just say, oh my gosh, good stuff, fun stuff. I've got shows coming up. March and April are just like nonstop. And then I almost just committed to go to a show in Chicago. Like it would have been like boom, boom, boom in April. And I have to know just what my limits are. And so currently I'm not going to do that, but everything else is keeping me very busy. And it's all for you. I've been working day in and day out on the Papa Joe kit that Brandy and I have been designing together. And so I've been working with a color palette that I wanted to play around with to see if it would work. And so we're really happy with some of the colors, and then some of them we feel like they need to be a little bit more poppy. So I'm going to be trying some different things probably this evening. And what will be really fun is that I'm going to leave the prototype on the loom. I'm going to finish it. And so you'll be able to kind of see the transition of like the design process. And again, this project coming up for Creative Soul in May is the Papa Joe project. That's my father, who we, some of you may or may not know that, we went to heaven in December 18th. And so it's almost been 3 months now. It's still just kind of like so bizarre. I don't know that it ever, like, do you ever, I don't know. I think it's a lifetime of healing, right? But it's all good. I know where he's at. So I'm all good with that. So I've been very busy with that. And I just thought, well, what are we going to do today? I thought, let's break out the small wisdom warrior. I just love her. She's so sturdy and strong. And she's the little sis to the big, large wisdom warrior that's so popular with hat bands and chokers and, things that are longer than a bracelet. But the small wisdom warrior is perfect for bracelets and, multiples, like if you're going to do multiple earrings or rings or something like that. And she's just pretty to look at. So small wisdom warrior, working with 1mm hemp from, of course, my favorite hemp teak, which I'm super stoked. I get to see them at the NAMTA show coming up here in 2 weeks. Whoa. I just finally ordered my business cards and I had to pay priority to make sure that they get here. Did I not know that I was going to the show for at least the last 3 or 4 months? Yes. Did I stop to order business cards? No. So, oh well, that's what you get. It wasn't that bad. It was like $12.99. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, Mel, we miss you and you're welcome to come back anytime. That goes for any Creative Soul member. You know, it's always been that, you know, you can subscribe to make sure that you get every month in case, you know, sometimes I might only have a certain amount of something. Um, but you don't have to. And so you can pay as you go. And so I love that freedom. And I think that's a good thing. So, yeah. So, again, so I'm going to see Hemptique in a couple weeks here at the NAMTA show in New Orleans. Never been. So, I'm super excited about that. They are introducing some new products. I heard that they've got some leather, and of course, you know, they have all the gorgeous hemp cord that we love. And so I'm excited to talk to them and see what's going on, see, you know, what we can do in the future and good stuff like that. Not only am I going to work with the 5mm sparkly green AB yumminess here, okay, I did decide to go ahead, whoa, and pull. I got sounds in the background. I did decide to go ahead and play around with the 12 strand 5mm fire polish set. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that it's like, it's either 9 something or 10. I can't remember, but it's, if I'm not mistaken, a less than $1 a strand, something like that. $1, I don't know. It's a great price. So I'm going to be working with those guys. Brought out my Wildfire .006 green Wildfire. Love Wildfire. I basically have only used that. Like, I think I've used Nymo and or the G, you know, that stuff's really cool, but it's expensive. But Wildfire just always does it for me when it comes to working on the loom. Like, I can pretty much say that I have always been faithful to that. And so that's my little spiel. Kelly says, hello, friends. I was thinking about you today. I'm always thinking about Kelly. Kelly's a cool chick. She's an Oregoni. I don't know what y'all call yourselves. Anyway, she's super cool. Great designer, does a lot of shows her work. And, you know, she's just got like a lot of heart and a lot of passion and a lot of real life experiences that like come through her art. And so I love that about makers, DIYers, jewelry people, creators, you know, when it comes from inside and you're just like fleshing it out through your art, it just means so much. You're blushing. Okay, what else am I using? Yeah, so the Jewel Loom needle fire polish. It's a pretty simple project. I am using the Kiss Me I'm Irish button in the end. This is part of the do we call it St. Patty's? St. Patty's Irish set. I will tell you that I did attempt. Hey, you know what? I don't cover up my faux pas because how are you ever going to know? So I thought it would be really fun to use the Royal Talons paints that they sent me for my project for NAMTA on the charms. And it's a very, very cool process. I have to say that the black acrylic is like unbelievably delicious. Like, it's so, you can feel and see the richness of the black acrylic. But anyway, so there's my little Lucky Charm hat. And so basically you have to paint like all these pieces black, right? Like I did on my tags. I painted my Baltic birch tags black. And then you use the pearls, right, to go over that. And it's super, super beautiful. I mean, it's unbelievably gorgeous. But it's a little more fun than humans are allowed to have if you're trying to do them on the charms. But you can. You just need to that needs to be your thing for the afternoon. And let me just say that I had black paint everywhere. And I was like, okay, we got to put the black paint away. And so, yeah. But anyway, I think it's a lot of fun. I know, Mel, you bought the paints from your Canada Michael's craft store. So I'm not too sure if you've used them. And she says, now I know what to do with them since I have the paint. Well, there you go. So my suggestion definitely would be, you know, toothpicks, tweezers, and yeah, Kelly, it's a lot of fun. It really, really is. And it's really gorgeous. You just have to be patient because our charms are really small. But, you know, when you start with the black acrylic and then you put the pearl, so what happens is like this comes out pure, like a white color. And then you could see that it's like a purple pink type of color. It's probably got a name, except for I'm not going to be able to. Anyway, so when you brush that over the black, that's where all the magic happens. So yeah, it's so pretty. And you know, I could see, you know, doing it on bigger pieces, like, you know, if you wanted to make your new, oh, do you see the new tassel set? A little interjection there. You know, if you wanted to paint, you know, the tassels or whatever, like you could totally do that. But I had a lot of fun, and I really felt like I could just kind of like come out of my, you know, my box and be creative and explore. So really good stuff. That's the Royal Talons. We've talked about them a few times. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and warp my small wisdom warrior. And again, I'm using the 1mm hemp cord. And so I'll push this screen back a little bit. And I guess, Joan, if you want to. There we go. Okay. So let's just look at the small wisdom warrior. This is her top. Okay. And this is the top button. And then if you go all the way down to the bottom, this is the bottom. Now, is there really a difference between the top and the bottom? No. It's just the artwork, right? So it's just that we refer to this as the top because, well, she's not upside down. So, but you could work with it in any direction. You could even work from with her side to side. So I'm going to see if I can't bring this up just a smidge. We're always trying to get super low, but for this, let me see if I can. Okay. So what I'm going to do, so this is my top, and I've got the 1mm hemp cord. This is Hemtique. So it's a sustainable hemp cord that we really enjoy using. And I'm just going to make, you could see like the little loopy that I made. And then I'm just going to attach that to the knob and get that as tight as I can. And then I'm going to do another one. And just like with the original jewel loom or any one of the other looms, I want to make sure that that knot is facing me. Okay, so this is my pointer and I'm pointing towards my body. And I want to make sure that that knot is facing me, okay? Because that's going to keep the tension. It's going to help with the warp, that very first warp not sliding. Now, the grid, the grid on both the original blue jewel loom and these Wisdom Warriors, they're built out for, and when I say grid, you know, grooves, I'm talking about this area right here. So they're designed for beading thread like wildfire, okay, something thin. So when we're working with a 1mm cord, it's basically just going to lay on the grid, okay? It's not going to fit into these little grooves. It's way too thick. This is a 1mm. So I'm just going to bring it down all the way here to the bottom. Running out of room, and I'm just, let me scooch. Just gonna eyeball, and I can see like that looks pretty. Let me get in the camera here. So sorry. There we go. Okay, so I can see that I'm lined up pretty well. I'm going to go around the button. So let me give you some sense of direction. Let me get my pointer. Okay, this side is the left, and this side where my thumb is the right. Okay, and this is closest to my body, this bottom button. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it around. I like to always do that first warp around the button. It just tends to help in the process of keeping the warps nice and taut. Then I'm going to bring it up, and I'm always working with my fingers to help keep, oh. There we go. So I'm always working, Joan's working with her fingers back there too. Touching buttons. So I'm just gonna, let's see, for 5mm, I think I want to skip, I think it's 2 or 3. We'll go back and look at that because I don't want to lose the view because I'm kind of at an angle here. So see how that looks? Just want you to get a really good idea. And then I'm always, you know, working with my thumb here to kind of keep things in place. And then I'm going to come all the way up. And I'm just, I could use like a bigger table here. Okay, and then let's come here and we're going to, and let me just bring in a 5mm bead here. So let's see. Yeah, that's going to work. So it's about, let's see, 1, 2, it's like three grooves. Okay. So there I am. Okay. And you see how I've been holding that with my pointer. Okay. So I'm really keeping the pressure and the tautness, and I'm coming around the back side of the button up. And then again, I'm going to use my pointer. See how it gets in there? That's my finger. And I'm just going to help guide it and lay it down on top of those grooves. Okay. And then again, we're going to come all the way down. And where are we at? Okay. And then I'm going to come around. And then I'm going to come back up. Now I'm working with 3 beads. Whoops. I want to make sure you saw that. Hold on. See? Look how, oh, that's so good. So I'm working with 3 beads across. So I need 4 warps. So this is going to be my 4th. Okay. So here we are at the top. All right. And then again, I'm just going to help to secure that with my pointer. And I'm going to come around the back of the button, keeping it nice and taut, wrap around again. Looks like I've got a pretty long tail, so I'll just wrap it around a few times. And then I'm going to turn the loom so that it's closest to me. I'm so afraid I'm going to lose my computer here. Hold on. I've got way too many things on my table. Uh-oh. Let's see. I'm not sure what happened.
Jules, are you there? She'll be coming back shortly.
Hey guys. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure. Can you hear me? Did we just lose we lost my phone. So that's really bizarre. Um,
We lost your phone before we lost your face.
oh my God. Okay, let's see. Did it come back? So just so you know, we are in, we have fighter jets flying overhead, and so who knows what they're doing or what's happening. So a lot of that, because I was actually connected to my phone and I got kicked off of that. So I don't even know where my phone is right now. I'm trying not to lose I'm in the same position I was in before we I lost you. So bear with me for 1 second here. I think what I want to do, just so that I don't lose my, seriously, technology. What is going on? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, when we got cut off, I literally was in this position and I haven't changed. So I just need to tie off. That's where I'm at. I just need to find the end of my hemp cord, and I need to, get it under here and secure it. And my thing is just get it done, right? Whoops, except for don't distort your warps. Jules, come on, mama. Everything is fixable. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just going to come and do this a couple of times. And all right, and let's see what's going on with the phone here. Hold on one quick second. I'm just going to come back up. So funny. Okay, so it literally took me off. Mute. Okay. Are we? Yeah. Okay. We're back. Okay, so we're going to, there we go. And let me get my stuff. All right, well, that was fun. Okay, so these green beads are the green beads that I showed in the original image for today's show. I'm wanting to mix it up and add some of the 5mm polish from the really good 12-strand bag. And I definitely had my eye on that blue. And I think it was this blue. I mean, look how pretty that is. I think that would look really gorgeous together. So this is 2 strands, and these are 2 strands. I'll get these out of the way. And for my wrist, a 6-inch wrist, 4 strands would be good. So, with that one package that I'm referring to, you would be able to make like 3 bracelets. So that's pretty good, right? Pretty good for what, $10 or something? Well, we got one that doesn't want to come off. Hold on. Yeah, so yesterday we just had rain and rain and rain again. And so the interwebs are wet. The lines are wet, right? Does that sound good? Sound like a good excuse? It's been a weird week technology, right? Ways, right? Wise. Facebook and Instagram down, and that was a little crazy. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got my little pile, and I've got my Wisdom Warrior ready to go. It looks like she moved a little bit when I tied her. I'm not going to, I'll squeeze that bead in there. Okay, so I'm just going to take the end of my wildfire And I'm just going to do just a little loose knot. Okay. And I'm starting with everything in my left hand. So let me just show you. This is my left hand, okay? And over here is the right side of the loom. So I'm going to come under the warps and I'm going to pick up 3 of the beads. So I'll just do like an alternating pickup. I'm not going to like get all crazy about a pattern, but you certainly could. And then I'm just going to pop these up in between the warps. And then I'm taking the needle and I'm going on top of the hemp cord and then all the way through. And then I just like to help guide the wildfire so that it doesn't get tangled up with anything. Okay. And on my first row, I like to go back under and through those beads just to really give it a nice little secure weave. So I like to do that on the first row and the last row. And now I'll just go back on the top. And it's going to get a little tight because the 1 millimeter hemp is very thick, but I love, love, love that. Okay, so this time I'm going to come under again and I'll just switch and I'll go light blue, transparent, and green. And these bracelets come together so quickly. You know, like if you're wanting something for your table at your craft show, boutique, these are, you know, really simple, fast bracelets for a really great price. That $20 bill. This is a $20 bill right here. Right? You don't got to give anybody change. Just $20. Put it in a cute little bag and call it a day. What has it been? The large amount of sunspot activity. Ooh, that's very technical, Joan. Is that an eagle thing? No? Have you been watching the eagle that's in a nest somewhere and she keeps talking to her mate and I think she's sitting on an egg or something? Have you seen that, Joan?
There's one that's not far from you at Big Bear that first time she ever laid 3 eggs.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Jackie and Shadow.
Jackie and Shadow. I knew you would know. Okay, so while I'm making
they're
this,
pretty cool. I've been following them since before he was her mate because he just like he came one day and decided her nest was a mess. And he started cleaning it up, and she threw a fit.
Stop it. Stop it. Is that serious?
And he kept coming back every day and she yelling at him and he ignored, kept cleaning her nest.
Oh my God.
To be honest, though, we think because they do look a lot alike, except for being male and female, we think they're brother and sister, and they both hatched in that nest.
Oh, that is so incredibly bizarre. Okay, so how does this can we have a little biology course while I'm beading? So when she lays the eggs, it does, I mean, but then does he have to does he do something?
Oh yeah, they have he's on her back and they touch, you know, they have to swish their tails out of the way and they touch their, you know, behinds together. If they don't do that, then she's not going to get pregnant or her eggs aren't going to get fertilized. It's the same way with all birds. So.
Oh my God, that's so fascinating. Okay, so this guy shows up to clean house.
And she even had a baby in the nest. I mean, he wasn't real young. He was getting ready to fly, and he didn't want him touching his pine cones.
Oh
the whole thing was hilarious. And we thought he was mute for like 2 months. He wouldn't say a word for 2 months.
Oh my God. Okay, so these guys, this is Jackie and Shadow.
Shadow, yeah.
And there's 3 eggs being tended to.
Right. He's really good. Shadow is the dad.
Shadow's the daddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a good daddy. And he's like, so they did their business, and we think we're going to have 3 hatched
Well,
eggs.
I saw a thing on YouTube right before we came on that there's a news report. They're not sure if the first egg will hatch
Oh, is that normal?
because it's already. Um, I mean, it's considered a successful season as long as one actually
Oh,
starts flying, even if
oh,
there's 3. But I was scared of 3 because for some reason their resources are out there bad.
oh.
And there's been a couple that died of the cold weather and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well,
I
wow.
mean, so it made me nervous if they had 3 because I
Well,
hate seeing babies die.
oh, please. I know. I can't even stand yeah, knowing that is just making my heart sad.
Yeah.
So so what happens to the 3rd egg if it doesn't hatch? Do they like it, do they eat it?
Some do, some don't. They'll try to bury it in the nest unless the eaglet decides. I mean, they won't decide for quite a while, probably at least a month that it doesn't work, it won't hatch, the eagles
Wow.
themselves. And sometimes the eaglets consider it theirs and they start getting mad at the parents if the parents try to bury it or do something with
Okay.
it.
So do you know, so this month, as you do know, there are owls in the Creative Soul Kit. Uh-oh, what did I just do?
Yep.
Cool. Look I'm getting all excited that I didn't do. Okay, hold on. Let me repair whatever the heck I just did. What did I just do? Oh, I didn't go through this. I didn't go through that. Okay. See what happens when you get excited about talking about. Oh, now I really screwed up. Hold on. All right. I got all excited about
Oh,
Shadow and
just a minute.
Jackie.
We could talk in the background. Let me do that. Okay. You can still hear me, right?
I can still hear you, but I need to figure out what in the bejeebies I just did. Okay, I got to come up here and then I got to go through. Okay, yeah, I got super excited about Shadow and Jackie and babies. And okay, so do owls nest and, like, are they a similar, do they, do they
Great.
do, yeah, are they
They
like eagles?
different owls nest differently. Great
Okay.
horned owls are known for stealing others' nests. They won't build their own. And in fact, they have been known to watch like an eagle or hawk build a nest, and they'll sneak in there at night and lay their eggs in it.
You have got to be kidding me.
No, they
And
steal.
which
I'm not. This is just great horned owls, not the other
great horn
biggest.
owls,
Yeah, the biggest ones in the United States.
the biggest ones in the United States, are so stinking lazy that they will literally
Steal
watch
that.
an
Yeah.
eagle build its nest and then have the audacity to go, they're squatters.
Yeah. They'll. Yeah,
They're
they'll do it to
squatters.
hawks too. They'll do it to hawks too.
Wow. They'll do it to a hawk. Wow. What can, I mean, like, do the, so who's the strongest bird? I mean, is the eagle going to come and like kill the owl? I mean, is the owl
Oh, they'll
strong?
fight.
Like,
They'll fight. This owl is sneakier about it because he or she will come and knock an eagle out of the tree when he's sleeping at night.
you got to be kidding me.
As far as the grip of their talons, the
Yeah.
eagle is stronger. I think an eagle's is 1,000 pounds per inch, and a great horned owl is 800 pounds per inch. But the great horned owl is nastier.
Wow.
And
Wow.
a great horned owl can break an eagle's back with his.
Jeez. And I thought owls were so stinking sweet. I guess not, huh?
No, this is great horned owls. I love all other owls. Great horned owls gives me
Okay.
the creeps.
All right. So just
But they've
gray.
always given me the creeps.
Wow. Well, I mean, I'm creeping out now too. I mean, that's so very interesting. Okay, Mel says that she saw, what did she say, Joan? She saw a whiteout?
Oh, okay. There's if it's in the wintertime, it could be a snowy owl, but then
Oh,
barn owls can also look there are a few that are white. I love
Wow.
barn owl and snowy owls. Those are my two favorite.
Super cute.
So I like their eyes are like great big discs.
Oh my gosh. You know, I don't, what kind of an owl do you think that is that I mean, I didn't even ask. I just said make an owl, please.
I was thinking, I was looking at it before the show and I kept thinking, I think it's a great horn owl.
Oh, great. So we got a naughty owl.
But let me look at the other owls and see if I could come up with one that looks like it, similar
Oh,
to it.
that's
We can
so
say it's that
funny.
one, okay? Because now Eastern
That
screech
is
owls,
so
I love Eastern screech owls. They're little tiny things. They're only like 4 ounces. And
oh my
but they
God.
look similar. People think their baby's a great horned owl. So we could always say it's an Eastern screech owl.
Ah, okay. That's so funny. Have, how many years now have you been studying the feathery friends?
I started December 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly eagles at first, and then getting into the other ones, eagles and ospreys, and then it just kept
Yeah.
getting more and more. And then when I moved here, of course, and that's when I started seeing all the other ones, and I kept wanting to read up on them
Oh, wow.
because we have a really large, bird of prey population here.
Oh, yeah, and bird watching is like a thing. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like people, it's a okay. I'm
And
gonna
this
keep.
is another thing. If you're out like by a river or any body of water and you see
Mhm.
photographers, unless they're really snooty, go up and ask them questions, what you looking at or whatever. Because
Oh, okay.
that's a good way to get information on what they're seeing, what kind of
Yeah,
birds are in the area.
right. No, that's very cool.
Fishermen too. Fishermen will know, like especially if the eagles, they'll say,
Yes.
"Oh yeah, there's eagle nests right over there."
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the fisherman. Oh wait, I almost did the opposite. I feel like there's something in this one. Did it fall out? Wow, that's really cool. Thanks, because I was watching on the TikTok. I saw Jackie and Shadow.
Yeah, I've loved them. I started following them, like I said, that first year. Actually, it probably was 2006, 17,
Yeah,
within my first year, because it was just so cool. Because Shadow is only like 4 years old. That's 1 year before maturity.
oh, all right. And
An
what
owl,
happened?
an eagle doesn't. I mean, a bald eagle doesn't look like a bald eagle until they get to be about 4 years old, and then
Are
they
you
start
kidding me?
spots. No,
Really? What do they look like before they look like a bald eagle?
they could during their first year they could be mistaken for a golden eagle. The
Oh,
ones in their
okay.
first year, and then they start changing colors and patterns, and no two look alike. But they
Wow.
usually stay brown to like a creamy color until they start getting their white. Usually
Yeah.
after their third year.
Okay. Did I ever tell you about the dream I had about eagles?
No.
It was so crazy. So I go into this room and there's like, I don't know, half a dozen to a dozen eagles, but they're all like they're uh like say that they're like caricature like, and they're all different. They all have like this different attitude. They all have like different, feathers. They're all fancy. Um and I just remember waking up thinking about these eagles and how they were all so different. It was just like one of those really profound, like, gosh, what did that dream mean?
Well, I think this is the same for any animal, especially anybody who's owned pets. Every animal also has their own personality.
Yes.
And when you're observing eagles, especially if you're watching them on camera, and there's a nest here that I observed that's actually 3 adults. It's 2 females and a male. And it is so fun watching them. The 2 females spoil the male because he doesn't want any other eagles but those 2 around him
What?
or any he's raising. He's a
Okay,
really good dad, very protective, but once they leave home, don't come mess with them again.
okay. I gotta get a grip on this. There's two grown adult female eagles and one male eagle.
Uh-huh.
And do they all live in the same nest?
Oh yeah. In
They
fact,
live in the
I
same
think
nest. So they're like in a multi-level condo.
no, they're all in the same
No.
nest, one level. And what it is, the older female is a lot older, and I really think she brought in this younger female because they act a lot alike. You know, they're both very caring, and they both teach the young eagles when they come through. It's
This
really
is so
fascinating to watch them because they're
yeah.
different than any other eagles I've seen.
Wow.
And they, um, well, the older female seems to like me because she comes, flies around above me, circles around me to say hi
Aw.
until I say hi and let her know how pretty she is.
Aw, that is so cute.
And the other one's protective of her, and the older one now has arthritis in her feet really bad. So that means she can't catch fish very well. And we
Oh,
notice that both the male and the younger female take fish back to the nest a lot. So they're taking it to her. You know, this is when there's no eggs or babies in the
wow.
nest.
So they're very community, very family. Well, maybe not community, but they're definitely very family oriented.
They'll only hang out with each other unless, you know, they're a bonded couple. They'll only hang out with each other outside of nesting season. But once they start getting the nest ready to get, they'll ever, yeah, another eagle better not come approach their nest.
Wow. Girlfriend. I did not know this about eagles. I just thought, I don't
All
even
right.
know what I thought. I mean, I know they're majestic and I know that, they're like, we love eagles, but I couldn't tell you why. But this is fascinating. The way that they take care of each other is pretty incredible.
Yeah, because there was one, the first, well, like we call them trio nests. The first trio nest I ever seen was actually near Fulton, Illinois, along near the Mississippi River. And that one had two males and a female. And the first year I was watching it, the female was killed by another eagle because another eagle pair was trying to take over the nest. So the two dads raised the babies by themselves, and everybody kept saying it wouldn't, they wouldn't be able to do it. They'll abandon the babies, but they did an excellent job.
Oh my God. That is
And
so
they found a new mate for the next year, and they stayed together for about 3 or 4 years. But it got to be where one of the eagles was doing all the work, but didn't get to spend time with the babies, and he finally went and got a new mate.
what?
Yeah, he was doing all
Sounds
the
like a
work.
reality TV show.
I mean, but if you said it, the people who officially, I mean, they thought they owned the nest, but they didn't. They got mad at me when I was saying that. And I said, you can't tell me anything different because I was recording this nest and I was watching it, and you can't even answer questions about that nest.
Yeah. So neener neener.
Yeah.
Don't take away my
And I had an official eagle place kind of back me up on that too, a big organization.
that's so funny. Hey, I just want to point out that I ran out of thread and I just added more to my needle. And you might have seen how I smushed the end with the flat nose pliers. Look, I still have black paint under my fingernails. That helps to get it through the eye of the jewel loom needle. Just a little thing there. And then what I'm going to do to get going again is I'm just going to come from the left side and out the right. Oh, not too far. And then back through the last row that I just finished. So I didn't calculate correctly. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is just like multiple rows of green. And I think it's actually going to be really pretty because it'll be either at the end or the beginning. So I don't know, let's do it and just go with it and see how fun it looks. So anyway, sorry, Joan. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew where
I'm
I
sure
was.
everybody's getting tired of me rattling on, so I was going to stop and get
No,
off.
I find it fascinating. I think it's great to bead and learn. And, it's kind of like when we're together in real life, we're talking about our lives, right? And like, or
Right.
what's going on in the world. And I think it's funny how these two eagles, Jackie and Shadow, have captivated they've captivated the attention of us humans, and we get to have the honor of having our Joan know so much.
And she actually, the last couple years, or maybe out of the last 3 years, there's 2 years they didn't have any eaglets because one year the raven got them.
Oh,
Actually, I think 2 years ravens got them. Like they're being real cautious the second time, but the got the eggs and ate them. And the second time, the ravens got really sneaky, lured them from the nest because they were being really pestery. And then another one came in and ate them while they're chasing the others away.
those ravens are naughty.
Yeah. So I hope they have a successful year this year.
I hope so too. Everyone's going to be a little heartbroken if they don't.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell me, how did they get, what is it, a Go camera or a GoPro or something? That's like, how are they filming all of this? So, and I mean, do you know?
I'm not sure there. I'm not really positive there. I know there's a group called Friends of Big Bear Eagle Nest or something.
Oh, okay.
But they also the eagles on Channel Islands out there.
Yeah, that's by me.
Yeah, well, he just retired last year, but the doctor that got the bald eagles repopulated in California.
Okay,
that was done with the help of the San Francisco Zoo. He would go up in the nests every year and band them to keep track of them to make sure they were okay, and see. Okay. And so they have a genealogy of all those eagles out there. And he also did the Big Bear since it was so close.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, there's some cool things like that. There's people who also track the orcas, and they have family names for the orcas, and they know the pods. So like they can identify the pod of orcas as they're traveling, through our area, to wherever they may be going, and in San Francisco and what have you. And I just find it fascinating that there's distinctive ways that they act and behave that they can, that they can identify. I mean, I just think it's incredible.
Well, you want to hear something really cool too about the California ones? After they were done repopulating the islands and let them do it on their own, the eagles that were at the zoo that was laying the eggs, and hatching the eaglets and stuff for that, they were sent here. And they were sent to Dollywood and American Eagle Foundation, which Dollywood supports is the biggest supporter of American Eagle Foundation. And so then when they started having babies here, now their brothers and sisters are out here. They're relatives.
Aww. See,
and in fact, one of them had their own eagle cam, and I see her a lot. She flies around. Her territory is downtown Sevierville.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah. So, and she likes hanging out at the golf course.
Wow. Wow. It's fascinating because, they're so smart, these animals. Okay. So I kind of love my little unplanned situation where it just kind of the last several rows are solid AB green. Look how pretty that is.
I love that. I love that you stuck with the blue mostly through the middle.
Yeah, no, it's just an unplanned random pattern that wasn't planned out. And so I love that. Okay, so I'm going to go under this last row. Or at least I'm going to try. I just like to have that extra oomph. There we go. Yeah, that's all really fascinating. They had a picture of an old orca grandma. They call her, she's a grandmom, and she took out a white shark.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they never used to think that the orcas would be aggressive like that, I guess, with the white sharks, but yeah.
Well, I wonder if they're just like some other creatures too, where they just get fed up with it and they finally just lash out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but
I
it's
mean, I can
very,
see that happening because I've seen it with other animals you wouldn't think would attack
yeah.
another one, but they just get so fed up with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I certainly I love being on the water. I'm not in the water in the ocean, but I do find sharks to be incredibly fascinating. I mean, I do think that they're incredible um animals, and of course the orcas are just like unbelievably intelligent, and the whales, like I love all
Oh
things,
yeah.
in the sea, the dolphins and what have you.
Oh, I know. I love seeing the dolphins when we go stay on the coast. And then when we
Aw.
lived up in New England, we would go to Plymouth, Massachusetts, take a whale
Oh,
boat.
very
We
cool.
did that several times, whale watching. But one time this guy was on there, and yeah, they said he was a researcher for sharks. And so he's standing by himself, and I went over to him to ask him some questions, and a shark went right in front of us, right underneath the boat. It was so cool to be right next to him. He got so excited because he really didn't think he'd see a shark, but he was hoping to.
Oh, oh, yeah. I have seen one when I was, well, it's a long story I don't want to share, but anyway, I have had one, a good sighting of one. Okay, so okay, super fun. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim these guys, and then I'll use the burner. Okay, I got one bead left. I'm going to scooch that over. So this is just the basic. Sometimes if I can figure out how to untie this mess, I will. I mean, it doesn't make a difference whether you cut it or untie it. I mean, unless you think you want to, I don't know, do something. So we'll just go ahead and try that. So pretty. I want to grab the wildfire burner. Hold on one quick second here. Oy. I love this thing. So I'll just like be really careful, and I'll turn it into like a little ball. But I try to get it short so that I can still see it. Okay. Oh, another straggler there. Okay. I think I'm just gonna do, let's see, let's get a little bit of a tie on these. So I'm just gonna grab the two warps. Super cool. I'm actually digging that. Like, it was totally unplanned, but I really dig that. Okay. And then since this is my short end, I'm going to use it for my button. And sometimes if my warps are long enough, I'll try to crisscross over, but they're pretty short, so I think I'm just going to do like a knot. And it looks fun. You know, so I'll just do this. And I don't ever cut these ends until I know for sure that it fits correctly. So we'll get this. Come on, buddy. Okay, we'll just start from the beginning. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we'll just leave that. We want to make sure I didn't go too tight. Okay, so let's see where we're at. Ooh. Oh my God. Seriously? Look how gorgeous that is. Super, super pretty. Okay, so then we're just going to come over here and do a fitting. So spread those two. And yep, that looks good. So don't want to lose that. Okay, let's see. And I'll clean that up. I just want to make sure it's the right size. Yes, it is. Those colors together are so stinking beautiful. So pretty. Yay. All right. And then what I'll do is I can just come back. Whoops. I just want to make sure this is nice and taut. I may put a dab of white glue in there for giggles. So I'm going to leave that long for right now, but gorgeous. I really like that. So it's like a thick, it's just like several rows of the same color, but it's hard to really, you don't like really see that because of the AB, right? So it's just really, really pretty. Enchanting. Yes, it's very enchanting. Aw, I love it. Okay, so what do I want to do? Let's see. So I think, yeah, I showed these in the beginning that, basically, it'd be fun to play around with, but they're so tiny, the little charms, to get them painted. I definitely would have paint brushes because it was just too hard to use the foam brush. But again, all I did was, I painted them black, and then this is the pearls. So it's really super pretty. So yay, look at how fast that was. I'm going to remove this. So how do we like those, the bird stories? Thanks, Joan. That was really good stuff. Yeah, that was really, really good. So yeah, let's see. I really like that. That could be like a fun necklace too, or even like a cool pattern for a choker. That would be cool. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah. If you don't have the small wisdom warrior, I highly recommend her. Such a powerhouse, really nice and sturdy. So some people really enjoy that. And yeah, so busy week. And I hope that just kind of inspired you to do something fun and take advantage of those 5 millimeter little packs. I actually really like that a lot. Sometimes the unplanned things end up being really, really the best, right? So, yeah, I like the fascinating conversation while we're beading, because we, when we're, together, then everybody's like around a table and we're sharing stories and stuff. And so I really like that added element. I think we need to find like more interesting animals to follow, Joan. We need more stories. Will you bring us more? Can you come on? I'm going to bring, no. There you are.
Okay, wait just a minute. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, yeah. I mean, I mostly follow birds. I know some other things, but it's only my own personal observations.
Well,
like I was telling Jenny, I said one of my favorite memories is an female elk walking right up to me. There's only a pioneer fence in between us. And it was in the Smoky Mountains. And so they always say 50 yards away. But since she walked up to me, I didn't get in trouble for it.
Oh my God. And the people who walk up to the buffaloes, I mean, come on.
Oh no. I mean, if a bear tried to walk up to me, I would take off. I mean, the black bears, you want to walk backwards. You don't want to show fear.
Oh, okay.
And just make yourself look big and be noisy. Yeah. But the grizzly, and don't play dead.
Don't play dead with what? Either bear? Don't play dead?
Black bears.
Don't play dead with a black
bear. They might see you as a food source.
Okay, but I'm to walk backwards with a black bear?
Walk backwards, yeah. And
what do I do? What do I do with a grizzly?
Run.
Pray. Pray.
Yeah, run. I wouldn't even stand still.
Well, folks, it's Jewel Loom. Weaving, animal education. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Story time. Good stories. Thanks, Joan. Everyone really loved that. I think that was really fun. Yeah. Well, keep us updated on Shadow and Jackie, and we'll find out more about their lovely family next week.
Okay. Yeah. Surely, if the first egg doesn't hatch, the other two will be hatched by next Thursday.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
because they laid 3 days apart.
Okay.
But they also they do what they call delayed incubation, so they can try to hatch close together.
Oh,
it makes it easier because the older eaglets are aggressive to the younger eaglets. So if they're closer in age, they're also closer in size. Yeah, there's been known to be sibling side. God. But yeah, it's pretty vicious, and because they're predators and.
Yes, they are. We must remember they're animals, and that is their natural jam. So, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, here on the National Jewel Loom Animal Show, we're very grateful that you tuned in, because we do need to feed and learn and be more educated. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you make a quick and fun, easy bracelet. Something fun for the soul, easy on the mind, right? Just a very quick. I love these single hole beaded bracelets. They're just super quick and easy and fun, and it's just rewarding. It's like I made something. Bing, bada, boom. It didn't take like 5 hours, and it's just very rewarding. I love them. So. Yay. Thank you, Hermie. Thanks, Maria, as always. Mel, Zach, nice to see you. Everyone on the Facebook, everyone on the YouTube. Thanks, Joan. All right. We'll see you all next Thursday.